for the teams to kind of feel each other out and kind of calm things down, try to keep possession of the ball, etc., which is, I think, what Evansville Memorial is going to try to do this evening.
The Fort Wayne Snider Panthers are dressed in their black jerseys with the gold numerals and white trim. They are moving from left to right here at our vantage point at Kuhn Stadium. The Evansville Memorial Lady Tigers are dressed in their white jerseys. Blue royal blue numbers and the blue trim, and they will be moving from right to left. We've got a beautiful evening for soccer, as it's been a beautiful day all throughout the day, Coach. Really no wind to speak of, just perfect conditions for these student athletes today.
It is. A lot of times this time of year, the weather can be a real factor in the tournament when it gets down to the Final Four, and both these coaches, these players, got to be really happy with the conditions.
Cross now up into the 18 is knocked out of there nicely by Fort Wayne's number 19, Sarah Freytag, who did a great job earlier today. First of all, for the Fort Wayne Snider Panthers, they will have up top today Elizabeth Carr, number 23, a sophomore, who will see plenty of playing time up there. Anna Skatina, number 22, a sophomore, with 8 goals and 3 assists on the campaign. Tracy Tierman, who's also going to get some action in there with 18 goals and 5 assists on the season. Just hitting the ball there was Olivia Bolkenstein. Borkenstein is also going to be in there in the back line, along with Molly Cade, the aforementioned Sarah Freigang, along with Ashley Ditton. The midfield for the Panthers will see Taylor Stevens, along with Allison Laborde and Kelly Shy. Kind of an interesting side note about Allison Laborde, Coach, is the fact that she broke her arm earlier today, and she is out there still playing 2 minutes into the match.
She's still playing, and she's got a pretty large cast on that right arm. I'm wondering if the player at midfield right now is going to come on for her.
Number 6 is getting set to come in for the Panthers. Only start one senior, and I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword, Coach. You got the inexperience factor, but you also got the factor that maybe they just don't know any better than to be nervous.
It just kind of depends. You're right. Kind of depends. The Evansville side's got 6 seniors in the starting lineup, which should really give them a bit of an advantage over a younger team. However, as you said, young teams oftentimes will play as though they really don't have anything to lose, hoping that they're going to get back here again.
34-24 remaining here in a scoreless first half is right now Olivia Robinson turning on the soccer ball. She kicks it over the midfield stripe on the play. They go 50-50 in the midfield third on the play, getting it over, trying to get it over to their sharpshooter, Susan Elsprom, and now a shot off the side of the foot. Recognize an athlete who has returned to the field from a knee injury. To see this month's and previous winners, click on the Shelbourne logo on the web page. Clad Lady Tigers from Evansville Memorial. Kind of an interesting side note as well is that earlier today there was, of course, the winner on the boys' side of things for Evansville Memorial. So if the Tigers on both the boys and girls side can somehow come up with wins in the evening session here, it'll be the first time in IHSAA soccer sanction history that the same school would win both the boys and girls titles in the same year. Now they fight forward in the midfield third, and running out of real estate on the far side is
the Evansville Memorial side looks as though they're going to try to push 3 players forward into the attack against Noblesville. They played a 4-4-2. Try to get a goal in a more direct fashion.
They only had 3 shots on goal in the early session. Of course, going against a Lady Millers team from Noblesville that did not give up a goal all season long. Kind of an unheard of situation there. But nonetheless, the Millers were vanquished in the shootout. We're down to 35-26 remaining in a scoreless first half. It's picked up in the midfield area by Tierman for Fort Wayne Snider. She spins around with the left-footed pass, a little tip pass on the play, trying to get it to the midfield third. Nice job defensively that time by Courtly Deem for the Tigers. They go up the left wing on the play now to Megan Day. Day just outside the 18, trying to get it to the midfield third on the play. One-timer miss hit that time by Courtney Deem, and now comes back to the midfield third. Here's an opportunity for Lair, and her kick goes over the crossbar, and Laborde guiding this young team, to a 16-5-2 mark. The tournament trail for the Fort Wayne Snider Panthers wins against Fort Wayne Southside, Belmont, and Blackhawk Christian in the sectional, Marion at the Belmont Regional, Homestead and Guerin Catholic in the Fort Wayne Snider semi-state, and the junior will do the free kick for the Panthers. 34-15 remaining here in a scoreless first half. This is the Girls State Championship game here live on IHSSports.org here at Kuhn Stadium in Indianapolis. Midfield third on the play, spinorama move at the near touchline by Megan Day. In the offensive third for the Lady Tigers, and she's trying to create a corner kick situation. Takes a forearm shiver in the back on the play, no call. And they'll come back out the defensive third. They're letting them play here, Coach.
They definitely are. That looked pretty clearly to be a foul. But, you know, sometimes the officials' angles aren't real good on the field. It's tough to see every perspective when you're running around, and one of the things that these players have to do, the coaches have to do, is really calm down, not let something like that affect what they're trying to do, and just stay with their game plan and keep playing.
Lights have not taken effect so far. Really not too much of an effect on either netminder right now in the early session here, with 33-21 remaining in a scoreless first half. And I guess they finally did get Allison Laborde out of there, Coach, so they gave the student-athlete an opportunity to get out there in a state championship game, albeit a very short opportunity for her, and really a shame that she got hurt in the state semifinal earlier today.
It really is an opportunity for the young lady to play in a state final, and unfortunately breaks her wrist or her arm, not sure exactly which. But you know, the fact that they were able to get her on to start the match, I think is fantastic.
Emily Hayden with a shot from the right corner deep in the territory, and a nice job of coming out and making the save by Krista Hedrick for the Panthers. She's a sophomore with 10 shutouts on the campaign, only 13 goals against this season, and over 1,200 minutes of action. We're down to 31-57 remaining in a scoreless first half in this girls' state championship game here between Evansville Memorial and Fort Wayne Snider. Here is the free kick opportunity now by Kixmiller. Her shot off the 18, no good. Now they're trying to get some midfield support from Olivia Robinson, and now it comes back to Lauren Lamb. Lamb's left-footed shot at the 18, trying to do a spinorama move inside the 18. Nice slide tackle. Here's a one-timer over the crossbar.
Being very positive for you. That was just over the top.
They came in, did the Lady Tigers, scoring 89 goals this season. Celia Pauley, along with Susan Elsperman and Megan Day, have accounted for over half of those scores for the Lady Tigers. Now across at the 18, knocked down nicely by Cade for the Lady Panthers. And now they come back to Robinson. Robinson for the Tigers up at the 18 now with a spinorama move back to Elsperman. She gives up ground on the play. Back to the midfield third with 10 minutes gone here in a scoreless first half in this girls' state final. Off the right wing now, they're trying to get it to Paul deep in territory. Cade does avoid the corner.
A lot of pressure early in this match. The three front runners that Evans Memorial has gone with is really creating some opportunities.
But it does put a little bit more pressure on your midfield.
It does. Right now, Fort Wayne Snider's playing a 4-4-2, and so they should have an advantage. Memorial have really done quite a good job against those four, or against three, and particularly with the goal scorers that the Tigers can put out there. That's a tough task.
In midfield third, here it comes towards the 6 on the play. Great job of coming it up and taking it off the noggin.
If we're inside the 18-yard box, I'm kind of surprised that Snider didn't try to hold the defensive line a little higher inside the goalkeeper's box. She made her way through everybody and handled the ball very well.
The Shelbourne Clinic presents the Comeback Athlete of the Month. Each month, the Shelbourne Clinic and the IHSAA Sports.org recognize an athlete who has returned to the field from a knee injury. To see this month's and previous winners, click on the Shelbourne logo first half. These teams have played very formidable opponents throughout the campaign, so championship pressure soccer is no stranger to each of these sides. Angie Lenzing, the head coach of the Memorial Tigers, doing a terrific job with this program, getting them back to the state championship game for the first time since 1998. Now offensive portion, midfield third. Number 7 with the ball is Leisha Murphy, looking into the corner deep in the Panther zone over to Pauley. A lot of young student athletes out here in this state championship game, and so far they've done a great job of avoiding the pressure associated with coming up with trying to get the brass ring here in the 15th annual Girls State Championship. Ball now fought for in the midfield third on the play as Lauren Lamb seals off on the play on Elizabeth Carr for the Panthers. And they'll regroup now to the right winger on the play to Alex Kixmiller. And Kixmiller had a great game earlier today from her sweeper position for this Tiger team, but now they turn it over. Midfield third for the Panthers, looking for Carr, knocked down to the defense nicely by Kixmiller, and she'll now clear it out of harm's way. The ball now right in front of that large sea of blue that you see over there, and that's all those Tiger fans that have made the trip up from Evansville.